This past month's 1-2 punch of cold and snow has made for a long winter. Many sidewalks remain difficult to navigate, and those large snowbanks will take a while to melt. And if you had to deal with a broken snowblower, you are not alone. On the plus side, a small engine repair shop in Plymouth says business is booming.
We're probably up 50% from last year.
The owner of Tim's Small Engine Repair Shop has seen a rush of repair orders. And with yet more snow in the forecast this weekend, business is not slowing down anytime soon. However, he says customers can take one preventative measure to keep their snowblower out of the shop. It's something to think about when winter winds down.
Carburetors especially. People leave that fuel in over the summertime and it wrecks the carburetor. Guaranteed. Got to run them out of fuel before storage. So we're going to take this carburetor off because it's going in the garbage. This is what happens when old fuel is left in them.
Tim says that's about a $100 repair. The business is also seeing a lot of machines coming in for belt repairs. He says depending on the problem, the repair will take anywhere from a week or two to fix due to the backlog of customers. The Crystal Police Department has a new top dog. This is Leo. The 16-month-old canine is a cross between a German Shepherd and a Belgian Malinois. Leo is from Hungary, and his handler, Officer Caleb Seelan, picked him up last December. Currently, Leo is in basic training with the St. Paul Police Department. He is learning how to apprehend suspects and track down people, but there's one thing he won't have to do.
Because of the potential for changing legislation as we're seeing across the country, after he's done with his basic training, he'll go to narcotics school, but I think we're going to leave marijuana out of it.
There is a fundraiser for Leo to help pay for training and food costs. It is this Sunday from 11 to 2 at the New Hope Bowl. The cost is $20 to bowl, and when bowling is finished, you can head on over to the Crystal VFW for lunch, raffle, and more prizes. It will soon be showtime in Crystal. A new theater is coming to town. The old Mill End Textiles building is being converted into a performing arts venue. The Theater Elysian Company bought the space and recently started construction there. Theater officials believe it will be a community resource for Crystal and neighboring cities, providing affordable space for local artists.
I'm just so excited to get to hopefully be a part of creating art and creating a place for people to come and kids to learn and adults to learn. And I think that it's just hopefully a new little spot here where people can come and enjoy local artists do their thing.
The facility will be known as the Elysian Playhouse, and construction is expected to be completed in June. The city of New Hope is taking a closer look at solar energy regulations. That's because a Boston-based company wants to install a system on Bass Lake Road. Smart Flower of Minnesota wants to establish a regional office in this building in New Hope and install one of its ground-mounted solar systems. The systems are unique to our area. They open like flower petals, follow the sun to collect energy, and then they close up at night. New Hope does not currently have city code that regulates solar panels. In the past, the city has allowed them to be installed on buildings as part of the architecture. The council voted to study this matter further during a work session. Solar energy is an in-demand field for kids interested in math and science. In today's School Spotlight, Meredith Hackler shows us how a program at Palmer Lake Elementary is getting students excited about STEM classes and careers.
What looks like a game of Legos is actually teaching students about the redesign process of a prototype.
This one is redesigning a flawed prototype, so a bookcase. Last time they were having to build a bridge that would hold a certain amount of weight or a certain amount of people to get across a river. We do experiments, different chemistry experiments, we do dissections.
A program called Science from Scientists is put on by Boston Scientific. Every other week, real scientists come to the elementary school and teach kids experiments that would be performed in actual STEM fields.
And it's just really helped the students overall get a lot more hands-on learning, get those science concepts better, as well as tying in with a whole bunch of new materials that our district wasn't able to provide. So that's been really great.
Performing the experiments makes kids excited about learning.
Science, it inspires me to do different things because it's different, people research and stuff, and I like researching about things.
I like science because you get to build things and you can experiment them.
And changing their attitude towards science is what it's all about.
If you can change their way of thinking about science and engineering early on, so science isn't just a textbook, it's not some unknown person in a lab doing experiments. If you can show them that it is everything that they're doing all the time, it's in every part of our life, then a lot of them will latch on to that, and their excitement is infectious.
In Brooklyn Park, Meredith Hackler, CCX News.
Employees at a local flower distributor are busy getting ready for a day that's becoming bigger every year.
We have seen it grow. We have seen our customers coming to us and asking for bouquets that they can put into their stores to represent International Women's Day. And some of our customers are independent retail shops, while others are mass markets.
Staff members from Lynn Bush Roses in Plymouth are in the process of organizing special floral arrangements for International Women's Day on March 8th. The holiday dates back to the early 1900s and is designed to celebrate the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. The day also marks a call to action for accelerating gender parity. You can find the bouquets starting Wednesday at independent floral shops and grocery stores such as Cub Foods. And of course, you can find this story and all of our news stories on our website, ccxmedia.org.
The Section 6 4A championship in girls basketball pits Hopkins against Wayzata in a matchup of two of the best teams in the state. Jason Milolo visited the Royals and has this report.
On Thursday night, Hopkins and Wayzata will run for the third time this season. The winner goes to state, the loser is done.
Survive and advance mentality. I mean, there's 16 teams left, and you know, I feel like we're playing the best one of them all. So, you know, I just think we have to be sharp. We have to get after it from the get-go and have attention to detail.
The Royals beat the Trojans twice during the regular season. The first game was close, the second wasn't. Still, Hopkins is ready for a battle in the section championship.
They're really good. It's kind of unfortunate that the #1 team and #2 team got to play against each other to go to state, but we're ready to play.
I think they'll come out with something different. I'm not quite sure. I know Mike's a great coach, and he's studied us quite hard, so I think he'll have something up in his bag of tricks, but you know, we got to be ready for it all.
Hopkins has a very talented and versatile lineup and probably the best player in the state in Paige Beckers. But Hopkins is small compared to Wayzata, so the Royals will have to negate the Trojans' height advantage.
We just try to speed the game up, make it a full-court game instead of a half-court game, because they can just go high-low on us all the time. We just speed the game up, make them go faster, then it'll be a good game.
This season, the Section 6 4A tournament isn't being played at a neutral site. Hopkins is the #1 seed and therefore gets to play the final on its home floor. Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
Wayzata and Hopkins will tip off at 7 o'clock on Thursday at the Lindbergh Center. That region does not allow live streaming or television for any postseason games, but we will have the game for you that night at 10 p.m. here on CCX1. We'll hear from Wayzata Wednesday here on CCX News. The Maple Grove girls are getting set for a rematch in the Section 8 4A title game as they'll face St. Michael Albertville. Jay Wilcox has more on the Crimson.
A young Maple Grove team faced St. Michael Albertville in their season opener, losing by 6 to a talented Knights team. A whole lot has changed since late November.
Way different. I mean, just the lineups are different. How we play together is different. We just know each other so much more, and we're just more comfortable playing with each other.
Just thinking for us, I know that we have grown a ton as a team. You know, like our younger players getting a lot of varsity experience and like just coming together and growing as like a total team. It's been really fun. And
no, our kids have grown up a lot. You know, our kids have really worked hard. They've really improved. We've talked about it over and over again. You know, we want to be playing our best basketball at the end of February, beginning of March, and I think that that's happening right now.
Maple Grove comes into the Section 8 final with a 22-6 record after a gritty 1-point win over Elk River in the semifinals. The team is playing with a lot of confidence, and they have some ideas on what it will take to knock off STMA.
Well, they have some really good guards that can shoot the ball well. They push it a lot in transition, so it's just us, using our guards to limit theirs, and that way, yeah.
St. Michael's a great shooting team, and they run the floor really well. So just being able to transition back on defense and match up on shooters would be huge.
And for the players who were part of a thrilling win in last season's section final, it's something to draw inspiration from.
I just know how good it felt to win that one last year, and just use that as motivation to get back to state this year again.
But the section final is a different atmosphere. It's fun. It's a lot of people, and it's a lot of fun. And I think our girls are excited about the opportunity.
Maple Grove's aiming for a repeat performance this week. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Maple Grove and STMA tip off at 7 o'clock Thursday night at Monticello High School. And as we go to break, here's a look at the quarterfinal round games coming up Wednesday night in the Section 5 4A boys basketball tournament.